Days of Our Lives Performers of the Week. Billy Flynn and Carrie Christopher as Chad DiMera and Thomas DiMera. In the world of daytime drama, few things are as bittersweet as saying goodbye to a face that has become synonymous with a character. For over a decade, Billy Flynn embodied the conflicted heart of Chad DiMera on Days of Our Lives, while for nearly 6 years, the young Carrie Christopher grew up before our eyes as his son, Thomas. This week, their intertwined journey on the Peacock soap came to a touching and emotional end, delivering performances so powerful that they have earned them the title of our Performers of the Week. Their final episodes, which aired the week of February 17, 2026, were not just a plot point. They were a masterclass in emotional storytelling, a love letter to family, and a testament to the deep bonds formed both on and off the screen in Salem. The end of a DiMera era. For Billy Flynn, the role of Chad DiMera was more than just a job. Joining the cast in 2014, he took over the role from Casey Diedrich and quickly made it his own, navigating the treacherous waters of the DiMera empire while establishing one of the soap's most beloved supercouples, Chabby, with Kate Mansi and later Marcy Miller as Abigail. As Flynn himself reflected on his 12-year run, the show was the backdrop for his entire adult life. Having a job changed my life. I have 2 children. I got sober on the show, and it gave me a life beyond my wildest dreams, he shared in a recent interview, underscoring the profound personal milestones he achieved during his tenure. Knowing this was the end, Flynn poured every ounce of that gratitude and history into his final performances. The storyline saw Chad making the difficult decision to leave Salem with his children, Thomas and Charlotte, for a fresh start in Arizona, a move spurred by the turmoil following the revelation of Cat Green's deception and the subsequent custody battles with Jack and Jennifer. What could have been a simple exit turned into a poignant farewell tour. Flynn's Chad moved through Salem like a man seeing it for the first and last time. His scenes were genuine goodbyes, as Flynn described them, and they resonated with an authenticity that left fans reaching for tissues. A father and son's final bow. While Flynn's departure was highly publicized, the exit of Carrie Christopher as Thomas DiMera was equally significant. Christopher, who had played the role since the age of 4, had announced his departure earlier in the year, revealing that he had only a handful of episodes left as he moved on to other exciting projects, including a new series for Amazon Prime. In the story, Thomas had been at the heart of Chad's recent conflicts. Still reeling from the loss of his mother, Abigail, Thomas acted out against his father's relationship with Kat, leading to a serious accident and a heated custody battle. This gave Christopher a chance to showcase a range far beyond his years, moving from the vulnerability of a grieving child to the stubborn resolve of a young DiMera. The true magic of these final episodes, however, lay in the chemistry between Flynn and Christopher. Their bond as father and son felt palpably real. In Chad's final scenes, the decision to leave wasn't just about running from problems. It was about his unwavering commitment to protecting his children. Watching Chad interact with Thomas and Charlotte, you saw the core of the character Flynn had built for 12 years, a man who, despite his DiMera heritage, led with his heart. The scenes that broke our hearts. The episodes were filled with standout moments. Chad's goodbye to Julie Williams, Susan Seaforth Hayes, was a particular highlight, as the two shared memories of their lost spouses, Doug and Abigail. Flynn and Seaforth Hayes have always had a special on-screen kinship, and their final interaction was soap gold, filled with the shared history of 2 people who have helped each other through unimaginable grief. A fan on social media even declared that Flynn was coming for the 2027 Emmy, with his graveside scenes, a testament to the power of his delivery. But it was the very last moment that sealed their legacy as performers of the week. In a silent, devastatingly beautiful scene, a final shot showed Chad alone in the Horton living room. He picked up a wedding photo of himself and his late wife, Abigail, clutching it to his chest. With his eyes closed, he seemed to be wishing for a reunion in another life. It was a wordless moment that encapsulated a decade of love, loss, and longing. He then took one long, last look at the room, a symbol of the family he had fought so hard to be a part of, and walked away. It was the perfect ending for Billy Flynn's Chad. Walking beside him, of course, were his children, including Carrie Christopher's Thomas, leaving the only home he had ever known. The visual of the three DiMeras walking out together was a powerful send-off for both actors. Looking ahead with gratitude, the exits of Flynn and Christopher mark a significant turning point for the DiMera family. Both roles have been recast. Connor Floyd, ex-Chance, Y&R, will step into the role of Chad, and the role of Thomas will also see a new face when the family returns to Salem in April. While change can be jarring in the soap world, the legacy left by Flynn and Christopher provides a rich foundation for the new actors to build upon. Flynn has already moved on to The Young and the Restless, where he plays Kane Ashby, and Christopher is busy with his burgeoning career, currently working on a project in Berlin. But for their final week on Days of Our Lives, Billy Flynn and Carrie Christopher reminded us why we fall in love with soap operas. They made us feel the joy, the pain, and the unbreakable bonds of family. For a farewell that was as heartfelt for the audience as it was for the performers, Billy Flynn and Carrie Christopher are our undeniable performers of the week. Thank you for the memories.